Why hello there, fellow scouts. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the Stalwart Ancients. Episode 32, Scouring the Desert for Dangers. Oh, fuck, nah! Why? Alright, cool. That's... Inu, go get your gun right now. Break, Inu, flip, stand here. Scorp stands there. No, there. There's like something weird with these doors where you can't stand in the doorway. Like, go here doesn't really work. There's 3% left of that ship. But, you know, no rest for the weed. And maybe our dining room's gonna get pretty trashed here. Alright, aggro, run. No, run, don't melee, don't melee. Okay, go the other way. If the bug wants to follow you, let it. It's cool. And now juke the bug. And we also got cargo pods. What is this, a reward for being a dick? I guess it is. Medicine. Randy's like, you'll need this! It's like, I hate you, Randy. Frickin' hate you. Here's the thing, I had the right idea of like, hey, you know, I should probably prepare for like a typical fight. And then insert fight immediately. Called it, in other words. It looks like we're gonna get a whole bunch of chem fuel, so like, you know, I don't mind. I'm a little peeved about the timing and all, but I don't mind. Alright, Inu, I know you can't haul. Actually, you know what, you really can't haul. Flip, you're gonna go break the ship so that Inu doesn't lose her mind. And then, Scorpio, you bash bugs. And then wildlife. Finish off the nasties. And we do have an egg sac. Oh, they were even in our hospital. What? They uninstalled my trade beacon? Where was the trade beacon here? I don't even know where it was. What rude. Okay. Well, the good news is no real permanent injuries, and we're about to both have the mood bonus for defeating a insect hive, and also the mood bonus for defeating a mech hive. So, like, you know, cheery days ahead. I think. And I sent Flip down here so I could grab the, advanced component. So here we go. We've got defeated insect hive, and then well, actually we don't have mech hive because technically it wasn't a mech cluster. And a food binge. Well, wait, a psychi binge. Okay, I wasn't born yesterday. I know what that is. I know what that looks like. I know what happens. Hey, break. Shove all the psychite in your pockets, then run away, fa la la la. Now, where's my other psychite? Do we have yayo? We do. We have 22 yayo. Alright, take that away. Do we have flake? There is no flake. Do we have... I don't think a psychite binge is go juice related. Yeah, it isn't. It's just flake, yayo, and tea. But... let's put this stuff away, because I really don't need another psychite addict, like super do not. Where was this? Guess I could put it there. Maybe a death rest break now? I am going to I'm gonna sanguiphage before I death rest. The timing works out nicely that way. Oh, I need a kicker. Kick it better. Kick it till it works. Come on. What the flip, dude? Kick with your spirit, your soul. Or I kick you? Okay, there we go. That's a really good kick. That's almost a 5k watt kick. Thank you for your percussive maintenance. Seach, you are gonna get scanned. Oh god, Mega Spider. I was like, why is time slow? Yes, that makes sense. Okay, avoid corpses to everyone except for aggro. And the base lockdown is lifted. Fixing the stupid home zone, because, well, need I say more? How did it get like that? I have an auto home zone? I swear to god I turned that off. Did it just, like, turn back on for funsies? Like, tee-hee, you're gonna be cleaning up fires outside. Shut up, game. No, I won't. Alright, so we have a whole lot of corpses to process, and the corpse processor is trying to binge on a drug that doesn't exist, which is cool. Super cool. I am going to high priority haul so that these corpses get stashed before they decay. I think that's probably the right approach, because that's a lot of chem fuel that I don't want to lose out on. How did this mini turret not explode? Like, they have a chance to explode when they're down by a third, and the fact that it got down to like 10% without going kaboom is kind of a miracle. Do I have a zone for mech corpses? I do not, but I can put one in. Actually, I take it back. I do. Mechanoid corpses. And then once Scorpio's a little bit more healed up, maybe I'll force bed rest, so you can heal up a little bit faster. I'll pop the remaining egg sacs, because they pose a threat, obviously. Alright, bug corpses are all hauled away, and now Break and Flip are going for the mech corpses. Good. Billiards needs space. Yeah, so do I. Okay, there we go. And we're almost done tidying up. So we're in the clear. Break can reimplant genes in less than a day. Oh, you know, I really shouldn't have done that. Hold on. What did you... No, it was fine. He dropped the monitor lizard. Our exit vault, the yayo, and the T. And then I'm going to reduce the high priority haul for everyone except for aggro. Aggro just moves 1,000 times faster than everyone else, so figured I might as well just keep him on it once he's done cooking. You know what? Stop cooking. Can we do an injection after an implantation? Yes. The injection doesn't rely on the same cooldown mechanics that the gene implantations do. I'm glad this laboratory didn't get too damaged. It could honestly have been a lot worse. And now we have a lot of insect meat for chem fuel, which is awesome. And then we have insect jelly for trade, which is also awesome. And it seems to me like I should consider more, I'm going to make a all except for, I think, because you can survive without legs but not your torso, I'm going to continue making button-down shirts out of Thrumbo fur only. Dusters out of anything but Thrumbo fur, because I want to phase out dusters eventually in lieu of like recon or marine armor. Probably marine, because all of our colonists will have like bionic legs. So all the Thrumbo fur will go towards button-down shirts for protection. It's probably the best use case. And that goes back to hauling the dead mechs. Good. Alright, Scorpio, you're good. I'm going to have you be the responsible party for the Locust larva. It's honestly better if two, because they do try to spew toxins. So if you have two people, you can kill them before they really are able to counterattack. Okay, finally cleaned up. That was a lot. That was a lot of stuff all at once. Irksome stuff. All right, we have 2 hours until implantation time, and Scorpio asked for single phase genes. The plan is for Breakfire to implant Scorpio. When Scorpio's up from coma, Breakfire going through a super soldier cycle thereafter. Implant Scorpio. Okay, down he goes. Genes implanted. Might have waited for him to, like, you know, be somewhere better. But there we go. So Scorpio is now a pigskin sanguivage. So strong immunity gets negated in lieu of perfect immunity. And then Hulk body gets negated for nothing? Why did this get... Oh, overridden by fat. Yeah, you're just fat. You could have been a Hulk, but you inherited fat. Congrats. Taking a look at you after implantations, your social really just got better, but I don't think any of the negatives mattered for you, single phase wise, because there was only positives. So your melee got stronger, your social got stronger, your intellectual got stronger, but you can't do intellectual. You're intellectually disabled. Congrats. Yeah, and then you're, of course, moving faster. Good. And genes are... So you're going to be in a coma for 2 days. So in 2 days, Breakfire will go through the gene cycle, the super soldier cycle. But it also means that we're going to need a deathrest casket in here. Walks through his front door, immediately gets set on by a vampire. He asked for it. In my defense, it was requested. Alright, so this is a combat supplier. I want to sell the jelly, and let's see. You know, actually, before I sell jelly, let's, is that the robust gene I have? Before I do that, I think the easiest way to identify the genes I want to sell is in this screen. And yeah, that is the only robust I have. So of these genes, do I want to get rid of any of them? Poor social, heat tolerant, because they break even, I might sell. because I don't ever see using that. So I think that's the only gene I'm gonna sell. Where is it? For real? I can't even... It's not in this list somehow? Warm? Oh, it's this one. Okay. There it is. Now, what else? Selling weapons we don't need, like old recurve bows. The Obsidian Gladius, because if Red Mist ever gets cured, she's not going to be stuck with a Gladius anymore. That's old-fashioned. I'm going to sell both Toxbound launchers. We might end up using Tox Gas as a means of advance, but I don't need, like, someone else's Toxbound launchers to do that, I don't think. I'm going to sell the Vac Helmet, the Flak Helmet, the Sash, and then... Ooh. Just enough jelly. Oops. Can't afford all that. There we go. Perfect. I could have sold poor animals too, I suppose, yeah. Oh, you know what? There's an opportunity. Oh, I already dismissed them. I was going to say there's an opportunity to maybe gift stuff to them, because we did want faction relation... But, oh well. Alright, and Scorpio, this is your deathrest casket. Excellent quality, which is pretty good. Wasn't even all that careful about the quality. And then, your... I can pick... Because you'll have one capacity to bind to. I'm going to do accelerators as well. I think accelerators are a really good first pick. So the current priority is to gene implant break fire. And actually, you know what? I'm going to have you guys decide what to do thereafter. So in terms of things to do, I could focus on getting rare minerals, the plasteel and gold and the like. I could focus on improving faction relation. I could go to the dangerous super soldier lab once the comas are done. Obviously, I'm not going to go do that with Scorpio or Breakfire in a coma. Or I could search for a cure. And I think those are 4 logical options. So what to do next? We could search for cure, go to the lab, amass plasteel and gold for bionics and armor. Bionics, armor, weapons. Or improve faction relations. Which would be mostly trying to craft things worth a damn and gift them to our allies. Something along those lines. Ooh, Exoticas Trader. Oh boy, there's a real chance for this to be good. So I don't have a lot of money. You know what? Let's move that yayo so I can sell it. So I don't have a ton of money on me right now, but I have stuff I can sell. So we have serum, tox resistant heat weakness, pollution stimulus, side sensitive, don't care about either of those. Foam spray, don't care about that. A very fast runner Genoplanter. Ooh, that is interesting. That is interesting. Sell the Thrumbo horns. Buy another Insanity Lance, I think is probably wise. I don't really see anything else, like, screaming at me to grab from this list. We could get another animal pulsar. That wouldn't be unreasonable. And sell the poor animals? Yeah. So we got awful. No, this will work. Yeah, the gene... So, the only issue with buying the gene pack of the reimplant and gene implanter is to implant that into soldiers, we would need to use an Arca capsule, which then means that we're prioritizing one type of gene editing over another. So I think for that reason, I'm not going to do it. Because this is more about ancient lab super soldiers rather than DLC Biotech super soldiers. So... what I'm saying is, like, I acknowledge that it's the right move, but I'm going to choose not to take it, because I'm not trying to play meta. There we go. Little tradey trade. And aggro, go get the lance. Oh, was there Archite, was there a capsule there? Yes. But not one I can afford. Perhaps what I'll do is sell some sculptures to be able to afford it. Because that's kind of like the overriding theme of this run is like we're trying to be super soldiers, and you really can't be super soldiers without Arca capsules, and you only get Arca capsules really honestly through trade or going to secret labs, which means if we want to keep becoming super, we gotta make some sacrifices. For the grab panels, the reason of keeping them is we might want more vac berries at some point, especially if we start using tox gas as a means of self-defense. So the grab panels don't sell for very much, and they could be very useful if we're trying to tox gas up our base. So I'm going to hold on to them for that reason. I don't need all of them, though. I could probably sell... let's sell 24 of them. And keep 20. Okay, selling all of our art, we were able to buy one capsule. You know what? I take that back, because we have a lot of silver out here from other trades. So, once we haul this silver in, I'll reassess to see if we have more than I had realized to sell. Or to buy. Yeah, I could buy the other one. Sweet. Looks like you guys want me to search for a cure. You got it. So I think before I search for a cure, I'm gonna probably want people out of comas so that we're not, like, low on defenders. Because defending the vault is even more important than the cure in this game of things. But that will be high up on the priority list. That, and we need to get through all of the insect meat, turning into chem fuel. Because chem fuel is going to be really important for searching for the cure. If we don't find it locally, we're going to want to hop from farther zone to farther zone, which is pretty resource intensive. I'm pretty surprised that Break hasn't shredded Mechs yet. Guess there's just too many advanced components to cook up. At least the mini turrets did get repaired. Alright. Aggro, you're no longer forced on haul. And yeah, you're shredding the mechs now. Perfect. So when you shred the mechs, drop. All right, looking at my gene queue. We've got Breakfire that will go in about 15 hours. So let's run a prediction on that. Or I'll put up the prediction once I know the odds. But I think it will be the same as last time, where it's like roughly a 50-50. Error in... Oh, the prediction started. That's weird. Because I didn't actually hit start. Whatever. Twitch being glitchy. So break, we'll need to go death resting in 1.5 days. And then through a gene cycle. So it's actually going to be a little bit longer before break can actually go into the gene program because of all the other things that need to happen first. With that said, I think regardless of that, I plan on having aggro search for the cure, even if he is death resting or in coma, because if it's becoming unusual that everyone's on their feet at one time. That's becoming somewhat of a rarity in this colony, which is like not great. I don't love that. So after topping up all our chem gens, we have about 75, 74 chem fuel left. Alright, plate armor is done. Not that I'm gonna use it. And let's start death resting. So Scorpio will be up in 2 hours. Breakfire just went down. Breakfire's gene lost shock is almost done too, which is a penalty, of course, for implanting. And then, now that Scorpio's up, let's get you your sword back. And then get aggro out on the road looking for a cure. I'm going to form a caravan and start heading north. Aggro is... You know, I wanted to, and I didn't do it in time, but I wanted to give aggro the Bionic arm prior, before going. But now that Breakfire's in death rest, I'm not going to wait for that. And aggro, you're going to be assigned to travel, which I think includes PIM, or it does now. And aggro's just going on foot. Because if I can conserve chem fuel, I might as well. Because, like, it's kind of expensive to just keep using chem fuel every time. What are you even... Oh, you're going for a walk. It's like, why is he so slowly... That's fine. Alright, with any luck, we'll find some ancient dangers. I'm not here for... Okay, there's an ancient danger there. I'm not here for resources because I don't have a shuttle. Single track mind, in other words. I'm not going to deviate from it. All right, the exit direction is here. Got it. And give her that information. I'll open up this ancient danger from the opposite side. We got an architect eye. Yeah, let's nab that. It's going to be a little sketchy because the Tessera, the Cyclops, can pack a punch. Oh, okay. Jerks. Here's the plan. I'm going to take them for a bit of a jog. Kite them around, grab the loot, and leave. Although, I don't want a Scorcher on me. Because aggro's tinder-skinned. Can the rest of the mechs... Yeah, okay, there we go. I was going to say, this doesn't really work if the rest of the mechs are too stupid to leave their little danger. Aggro moves so quickly that, like, this is not much of an issue. And he's getting yet another Architect Eye. Given the diminishing returns of Architect Eyes, I don't think it's going to go to him. It will go to, like, Breakfire or something like that. Because vision above roughly 125 doesn't... It stops mattering a whole lot. Because there's a lot of, there's not a lot of benefit. There we go. One down. I don't know how many others we'll have to search. But, that wasn't forced open? Whoops. You can kind of see the plan. So, the travel meals. Let me revisit this. This is anything but NPM plus PEM. Nah, that's correct. That will work. I'm going to put the uranium mini turret that we got from a raid in my landing pad area, in case, like, pod drop raiders land in there. It would help slow them down. So, here's the deal. I think what I'm going to do from here on out is, for everyone that is getting gene scanned, I'm going to gene scan them to death. Because I don't think any of these guys come from a faction that, like, wants their members back. So, Bennett, I think, is the next one to have their genes regrow, and I'm just going to scan him twice, killing him, and essentially end the gene ripping program, except for, like, 3 blood donors. That's my plan now, is to only keep 3 prisoners. I don't need 6. It's too much work, too much effort, too much bother for something that is very little benefit. Are there any high-value genes I want to keep? Not really. I mean, the Hussar would be the nicest to keep. The thing is, the Hussar is also the most annoying to host, because they need, periodic, go juice. At the end of the day, like, I don't care, which is why I'm getting rid of them. It's not worth the effort, and I don't want to have to think about it anymore. So it's not like, is there any I want to keep? It's, I want to keep none of them. But I have to keep some of them for blood, so I will keep some of them for blood, but I don't plan on keeping any more than I need to. I'm essentially shutting down the program, because I want to shut down the program. Because it's, I'm sure you could tell, it's just annoying to have to constantly monitor prisoners. And the amount of food that we have to fork over to them, and all the care and tending, and they get diseased, and they need feeding, and forget it. I'm not a babysitter. Alright, well that was a whole bust of a zone. The white spoo. And hopefully aggro will be able to, like... What is that? Oh, it's just a weird soft sand. It looks so strange. Looks like a ramp or something. Alright, there's an ancient danger there. And that's the only one. But you can't request quests? I mean, not... sort of, you can. Sort of. And by that I mean you can, buy books that can offer quests now. That's a thing in RimWorld that didn't used to be. And then, because that system exists, the engine to create quests is a lot more dynamic as a result, allowing for mods to take advantage. Alright, I wouldn't mind the pulsars. And these are not aggroed mechs, so they're easy to steal from. Meaning, I can, like, run in... And, oh, I got tagged a little bit. Run in, run out. I got grazed. Not a big deal. And your stuff is mine. Bye! The other way to do that, of course, would be to wake the sleepers and have them fight, and then take advantage of the chaos. Alright, Bennett. Into the scanner you go. So, of Bennett's genes, great shooting or great melee would obviously be awesome, as would the awful ones. Maybe if I'm going to keep any donor, it will be the Hussar for that reason, because scanning a super soldier for super soldier genes makes sense, and he'll become one of the, like, dedicated blood donors. I also might need to excuse myself for just a moment. My mother-in-law's dog is, like, losing her mind. I don't think my mic's picking up on it, but my brain sure is, and it is annoying. One of those high-pitched, squeaking yelpers. So what do we got here? We've got... nothing? I think? Yeah, there's nothing here. Pack it up, and leave. Well, there's uranium here. Not that I'm looking for any. Nothing here either. Some of this is a result of the changes that Odyssey DLC made. The Odyssey DLC reduces the chance for things to happen outside of your home tile, so that there's less resources and points of interest. And that is part of the... that's, like, by design in the storyteller. So if I go to custom and set losing is fun, as you can see, there's a nomadic mineable resource reduction. So your first colony map will always generate with a standard amount of resources, and then the map generates less resources if you're nomadic, basically, so that you can't, like, resource strip outside of your home map tile as effectively. And I didn't ever check the code, but I'm sort of curious if that also modifies Ancient Danger chance. Maybe it doesn't. I just feel like the chance to find Ancient Dangers has gone down. Anecdotally. Not that I have proof. Wow, yeah, speaking of which, another no-go. Fortunately, he's super insanely fast, so the amount of time it takes for me to search a tile is not a big deal. He drops in, packs up, leaves, like, very, very quickly. I just have to make sure Well, I guess there's a warning prompt that you won't... The game will warn you if you're about to abandon colonists on a map tile. That's always my fear, but I know that there is that, like, hey, are you sure you want to abandon, like, aggro? It would ask me. Like, no, of course not. That was a misclick. Now, the other way to go about this, which might be my approach after we process more of that insect jelly, or insect meat for chem fuel, is to head to point of interest map tiles that have, like, let's see, that have the chance for loot, like an ancient garrison or ruins, because ruins and garrisons can have loot items, and those loot items might allow us to find the cure that way if ancient dangers are coming up dry. There's also the chance to find it in space tiles too. So I'm not gonna get a grav shuttle, but we can still transport pod our way up there if, like, we find the need to. It'd be kind of wild to have to go to space for a cure, but, you know, it's RimWorld, it's fantasy. That might be what we have to do. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the Stalwart Ancients, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow ancients.